to glow up than in the fall. Autumn is the season of transition, change, reflection, gratitude, preparation, and rest. What better way to take advantage of the season than to do a complete glow up and reinvention before the rest of the year is over. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anissa if you're new here. I create content based on wellness, personal development, self-care. Also love to do travel and this vlogs as well too. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys how to glow up and reinvent yourself for fall. Without further ado, let's get right into today's video. So I said it in other videos, fall reminds me of just like back to school season, and because of that, I still associate things in my adult life with back to school. So when it comes to the fall season, I'm always working on myself. I'm always educating myself, like really hitting the books and figuring out how I can finish off the year strongly. Autumn is the season of preparation, preparing for winter. So I feel like it's kind of like a pre-hermit season. If you guys don't know, a hermit season is pretty much just isolating yourself and focusing on yourself and your goals and really just locking in of what you like want for yourself, whether that's educating yourself more, whether that's going to the gym more, working on healing, your mental health, whatever the case may be for you. I think it's so important to take advantage of these seasons because I feel like every season brings to us something different energetically. Like summer is definitely time for playfulness and lightness and just like traveling and going out more and being more social. And I feel like when it comes to autumn, the time of transition and preparation. So it's like, what can that look like for us that we can take advantage of energetically to really improve our overall well-being, right? So the first thing you're gonna do for your glow up for fall is to journal and reflect on your year so far. So we just finished Q3 and we're entering Q4, which means we only have 3 months of the year to figure out how we can reach our goals and how we can figure out what else we want to finish off the year strong with. So I think journaling and just reflecting on where you came so far is really, really helpful. So maybe taking a look at your vision board, if you did create one, or like your goal sheet, to figure out what intention you set up for the year that you were intentional with. Going back to your old planner, going back to your old journal entries, figuring out like where you are when it comes to just your overall well-being, like your physical well-being, your mental, your goals, like what can you figure out for yourself that you want to focus on for the rest of the year in the last 3 months of 2024. That way you can be more intentional about using the 3 months to your best ability. You can also see like where you fell short, or if you want to switch gears on certain goals. For myself, I had certain goals at the beginning of the year, but as time went on, those goals no longer made sense for myself. So I did switch gears and figure it out and pivot to new goals that make sense for my life right now. So figure out where you need to pivot, figure out where you want to add and implement into your life and into your routine that's going to get you to finishing off the year strong. I think as well, just create Q4 goals as well too. This is pretty similar to what I just said, but like I mentioned in a previous video, but I love the 12-week year. It's a book pretty much tailors to, instead of creating goals for the entire year, because creating goals for the entire year can be overwhelming, right? So the 12-week talks about creating goals in pretty much quarters. It's 12 weeks that we can really like hone in on those goals and just focus your energy 100% on those particular things versus just like being overwhelmed with all the things that you list out for the entire year. Again, figure out where you are when it comes to like your dreams and add on, you know, goals to your list and whatnot, and then really take advantage of the season that we're in to really hone in on those goals. I think as well too, it's really important to check in on yourself emotionally. Like I saw this one tweet, I think years ago, it was like therapy should be free because like trauma is free, like we're constantly being traumatized, and it sounds so bad, but it's like, you know, it's life, things happen. So check in with yourself emotionally, see how you're doing. If you experience like heartbreak, if you experience like some really tough moments throughout the year, or really taking this time to just slow down and check in with yourself to see like how you're doing emotionally and mentally. I feel like at the beginning of the year, everything's just like go, go, go. So I feel like when it comes to fall, it's really a great time to slow down and really reflect and see how you feel emotionally. Focus your energy on healing and reflecting on whatever experiences that you had so far this year. So we're also calling this like a healing girl autumn. Like, you know, focus on maybe going to therapy. If you've never seen a therapist before, I'm such a huge advocate of therapy and I mention it in almost all my videos, but just going to therapy, maybe having a trusted friend that you could talk to about what you're going through, maybe seeking out mentorship, seeking out community, and whatever case may be, that can really help you process what you've experienced or what you've gone through and really tie that into together. Because when it comes to that glow up and reinventing yourself, you don't want to go into the next season without processing and reflecting on your past, if that makes sense. Like you want to be able to like really sit and reflect, because if you don't, it's gonna stir up resentment within you and you're gonna carry that baggage with you throughout later seasons because you didn't sit down and slow down and address it right here and then, right? So cry it out, feel it out. Like you guys know, like crying is healthy for both men and women. Like crying, you need to cry, you need to be able to release your emotions, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to heal properly and move on from the situation. So like I said, spending the time just like really healing and journaling, going within to figure out like why you feel a certain way about things. Ask yourself questions all the time. Like ask yourself like, how am I feeling today, mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever the case may be, spiritually. Figure out like how you feel and really get to the bottom of where you're at. That way you can move on to the next season with more clear headspace. Another thing that you can do to really help glow up and reinvent yourself is creating a small little vision board. I mentioned this in my summer video as well too. It's just to have something to look forward to. Like I have a little vision board on my phone of just like the fall vibes. I even have it on my computer too. But I think just like romanticizing the fall is really, really helpful because it's something to look forward to through the season. Fall is my favorite season. Like I love the coziness that it brings. I love being able to like slow down and reflect on my life and situation. So definitely having a vision board. I don't have a physical vision board for my fall. Like I said, I only have it on my phone and on my laptop. But having small little things around you that's gonna like help you, like I said, romanticize the season and where we're at the moment and give you like that hope and a little spark of joy throughout your day. The next thing you're gonna do to reinvent yourself this fall is to have a physical glow up. I think fall is the perfect time to really experiment with your style. The fashion is very inspiring. It's also more like creative, that where you can play with, versus like summer obviously is really hot, so you can't really play with fashion that much, or like the winter you have to like bundle up. But when it comes to fall, you really can just play around with different fabrics, play around with different layers, play around with different style choices. It's such a great time to just really figure out like how you want to dress for fall. And the best way to find your style inspo is to go on Pinterest and create like a mood board for your fashion fall style. And you can even work on style for just like any other season as well too. But I think just like sitting down and reflecting on like fall will be very helpful as far as like giving you something to really look forward to when it comes to playing with your fashion for this season. So even though I live in Florida and I have to like force fall for myself, I still love to like even play around with my fashion mood boards, because it gets cool enough here to where we can play fall fashion, but for a very short limited time. So, but even doing things like that, I don't mind it because it's fun to me. I love being able to play around with my wardrobe. I love being able to like be creative and find out different like style techniques and like things like that. Just finding something that can give you that creative spark and that joy again within your style will be very, very helpful as far as glowing up and reinventing yourself for the fall. Another physical glow up will be skincare. For me, I think fall is a perfect time to also experiment. More so, I would say the winter, but fall can also be a great way to experiment with skincare as well too. Like I love getting my microneedling during the winter and fall time, my chemical peels, because as you guys know, after doing intense treatment like microneedling and chemical peels, your skin can be like super red for about 2 weeks. So, but because I'm going out less and I'm spending more time inside being cozy, I feel like I had that time to really use those moments to have self-care for myself, but also without that weird time period to where my face looks like unpleasant. I know people like to try more retinol in their skincare. I've recently added retinol to my skincare and we're gonna see how it plays out. Fingers crossed I don't purge, but as another example of like if my skin does purge, at least it will be during a time where I'm not really being out there like that, if that makes sense. So trying different skincare, maybe trying like new workout routines. This is a great time where the weather is more cool. I love going on a lot more walks when it comes to the fall time. So going hiking, maybe doing a membership. Last year, me and my friend did this thing called Squattober, where it was like an actual dedicated program to where it showed us different workout routines to do every single week for about a month and a half. And it really helped us like focus in on our form when it comes to like squatting and weightlifting. And it was like a really just fun activity to do. But I think finding a new program to where I can be more dedicated to working out and moving my body is a really fun thing to do as well too. So yeah, trying new like workout routines, but just really spending the fall season of going within and figuring out how you can improve yourself physically is really going to help you glow up and reinvent yourself for this fall. The next glow up you're going to have is an intellectual glow up. So this means, like I said, fall is back to school season, but even though it's back to school season, I still think it's a really great time to brush up your own skills as well too and educate yourself more. So reading more books. I read a lot more books in the fall because I'm spending more time inside, like I said. So reading more books, educating myself, brushing up on your skills. You can be taking like different certifications towards your job to help you progress to the next like level or whatnot. I remember I did like LinkedIn Learning last fall. It was helpful. I did a LinkedIn Learning for project management and like other courses, but I feel like that really helped me leverage my yearly review to help me get like a raise for my current job and whatnot. So brushing up on your learning, like it can be anything. Taking a typing class, I mean, it's even a great time to just learn new personal skills for yourself too. If you want to be a better cook, like it's a perfect time to really experiment with different meals. It's a good time to learn, you know, maybe baking, and there's multiple things that you can do when it comes to just honing in on your craft or whatever craft that may be. You really want to use this time to your advantage because, like I said, other seasons have different roles in our lives. So when it comes to maybe springtime, you want to get to that point in your journey to where you are more educated, have a higher skill level in this particular area. You can leverage your skills more when it comes to maybe your business and things like that. So just really glowing up intellectually is what's going to help you glow up for fall as well. And the last thing you want to do to reinvent yourself this fall is to find cozy hobbies. When you're spending more time inside, I think it's really fun to play around with your hobbies more. If you don't have any hobbies, but you want to really get into hobbies, I made a whole video showing you guys how to find your hobbies based on your personality type. Hobbies in itself is a really great way to grow as far as your personal development goes. It's a really great way to become more creative and grow more confidence in yourself within that particular hobby. So whether that's, you know, gaming or playing puzzles, painting, arts and crafts, whatever the case may be, it's a really good time to really just focus on your hobbies as part of your downtime as well too. Hobbies are really great for your mental health because when you have hobbies, it gives you something to look forward to at the end of your day or just during your downtime. It can help build confidence and trust within yourself. It can really help you also find community. I feel like this is a really great time to find maybe other people who are into the same things that you are into, like finding a book club, finding a gaming community, finding a music community. I think it's a really great time to find people who are like-minded to you, to where you can share these certain spaces together, because although it is fall time, people are spending more time, you know, inside. I think it's a really great thing to implement so that way we're not isolating ourselves. So having friends within different communities that can bring us out to really explore and do different things and do different hobbies together. That way we don't really feel super isolated during the transition of seasons. I think hobbies overall is so important and great for just anyone, especially having hobbies outside of what we do as far as work, because when we become adults, it's so easy to just like not really focus on hobbies as much and just focus on just work and going to sleep. But life can feel very mundane when we only just work and not really have time for play. So having some type of hobby for yourself that makes you feel good, that makes you turn off your brain for like a couple hours or whatever the case may be, is really going to help just not only relax you but also challenge you depending on the activity. Just having hobbies overall is a really great way to invest your time when it comes to the fall season. And that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys for another video next week. Bye!